Hi everyone, this is event registration training for JManage. When you want to create events in JManage, events also refer to your calendar. So you can see here there's an upcoming events block, but you also have a calendar grid which you can go to on your website, and that shows all of the events that you've created, whether they are events that require registration or a fee, or if they're just a service. And when somebody comes to your website and you've entered an event, they can click on the event and get more information. And if there is more information that they need to find, like to register or to pay, then they would be able to do that from this link. They also would reach the same point by clicking here on the event in the upcoming events block as well. And all of these things which you see you're able to set up when you're in the database setting up the event. So you can add pictures and graphics, a description, you can add a map, you can add a social media sharing block if you want, but all of those are optional. You can see here too, there's a little wrench here, and there's a little magnifying glass. Once you set up your event, you're able to get back to the back office where you configured this event to edit it by clicking on the wrench. And then you're able to find out who has registered for the event by clicking on the magnifying glass. So that way you can do these things right from your website and don't have to go directly into the database to access the menus in the database to get to them. So now I'm going to show you how to set up an event. So we're going to go into JManage. And I'm going to go to Events, Manage Events. And the Manage Events area shows you all of the events that you have on your calendar. And you're able to edit events that you've already created by coming here to Configure, and all of the tabs that you'll see on the Setup Wizard are here, and you can go in and edit your event. You can also find your participants. You can get a hyperlink to your event. And you can also disable, delete, or copy an event from here. And you might have hundreds of events in your system, so you also are able to search for events. You can search by date range, or you could search by name, or you could also search by event type. So I can click here on Add an Event. I can also click up here under New Event. And that's how I'm able to create something new. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Event. Here you can see that you can choose your event type. So elsewhere in the system, under Administer Civi Event types, you can set up all different kinds of event types. And so then you can come here and choose whether it's maybe a service or a meeting, or maybe it's a holiday event, or something having to do with religious school. So you're able to choose your event type. You choose your default role. Most of the time it's going to be attendee, so you just need to choose that. And then you need to give your event a title. So let's say we're going to give this event the title of Hanukkah Service and Dinner. If you put a description here in the event summary, it will show up on the upcoming events block. If you put your description here down, it will show up once somebody clicks on the event. And you can see that this is a complete editor. So you can make your description as fancy as you would like with different fonts and colors. And you can also upload pictures to your event if you would like. So we'll upload a picture and then we'll put that in and we'll say, please come to our Hanukkah service and dinner. You're also able to upload, when you upload images, some people want to upload a PDF or upload a flyer. So if you turn your flyer into an image like a JPEG or a PNG, you can upload it in the same way that you upload an image and have it show here if you want to do that. Down here you would put the start date and end time. So let's say my Hanukkah dinner is going to be on the first night of Hanukkah. So I will make it then. And I'm going to make it at 6 o'clock to I can have a maximum number of participants, which means that if my registration reaches that level of participants, then the system will close out the event. And you can see here that I can opt to have a wait list if I want to use that. So that is an option. If I, let's say, put 10 people as my optimum number of people, and after that the event closes out. You can also include a map to the event like we saw on the website. You can make the event public, which means it will show up on the website. So if you're just doing a draft that you maybe need to review later or have somebody else take a look at, you can leave this box disabled for right now, and then when you're ready for it to be published onto the website, then you can click it. And this allows the social media sharing block if you want it. And you could click continue. Oops. My default role there. The next screen, once you click Save, asks you to create a location. So you can either create a new location or you can use an existing location. So I'll just pick one that's already in here. And then you can also add an email or on a phone and multiple phone numbers as contact for this particular event. You can also hide the location if you want to. I'm going to just click Save. And then I would continue through the wizard. So if it's a service and it has no fee, then I can just bypass this fee box here and move on. But if there are fees, I would want to click that. And then I would say, yes, it's a paid event. Then I would choose my payment processor if I'm accepting online payment of credit card or ACH. So I picked the one that's available for that's set up in my congregation. I can enable a pay later option. So if you want people to be able to say they're coming but that they're paying later by check, you can do that. You click that box and then you have to give them instructions. Please send check to synagogue office. So here there is a fee label. So I can call it an event fee, I can call it a dinner fee, I can call it anything I'd like. I need to choose a financial type. So you would go through the list of your financial types and choose one. And then here I can choose a price set, or I could use regular pricing. So regular pricing is very simple pricing. So it would be, for instance, member, adult, $18. Member, child, $10. Member, non-member, $36. And so the person registering would have to pick one, and then they would get charged for that amount. They could also, you'll see later, register multiple people. So then on the next screen, they would just click another amount. Now, if you want a number of fees listed where someone can pick more than one and the system adds them all up, then you need to create a price set. And that's just more what we call fancy pricing. And there is another training that's called price set training that you would want to attend or watch in order to be able to learn how to set up a fancy pricing. So we'll just keep going for right now. So let's just click save. So if my event requires registration, I would want to then go to the next box in the wizard called online registration. I click online registration there. I can make my registration link text say anything I want. So I could change it to sign up for dinner if I wanted to. I can have a registration start date, and I can have a registration end date. And obviously times as well. I can allow my constituents to register multiple people, so they could register their spouse or their child or a guest. And I can have a maximum number that they can register. And I can register all those people from the same email address. The deduplicate matching rule means when somebody registers for an event on your system, they are going to use their name and their email address. And so you want to prevent creating duplicates in your system. So you want to make sure that you use name and email as your duplicate matching rule. So that the system will match on both name and email address. We're going to keep going here down to the registration screen. There are lots of screens to use in event registration, and that's because some organizations have very elaborate events, maybe like a summer retreat where lots of people are coming. They've got lots of instructions, so they need lots of screens in order to give all of that data. So most of your calendar events probably won't require all these screens, and you can just ignore them and not use them for most of your events. So you can see here on your registration screen, can have text for an introductory text and a footer text if you wanted to. Then you can also add profiles. And in our system, profiles are essentially fill-out forms. So when you have an event, you certainly want the name and the address of the person that is signing up. So, or maybe you just want their name, but you definitely need to have their name and their email address. So you would choose a profile that was appropriate for somebody who's you just need basic information from. And you can also include extra profiles. For instance, maybe you have one for a dinner. Maybe it asks what they're bringing. Maybe it asks what they're allergic to. So you can create these fill out forms. And again, fill out form training, profile training is a separate training that you can also find either recorded or a live webinar. If you are allowing someone to register additional people, you also need to choose the fill out form called New Individual, so that there is a form for them to fill out to tell you who this extra person or persons are. You can create a confirmation screen, you can create a thank you screen, and then at the bottom here you see you could also send a confirmation email. So you can say, thank you for signing up for our Hanukkah dinner. And then you'll need to put in a from name. So let's say Congregation of Bedrock. And we're going to say info at our email. And then you can also have a CC or a BCC in this thank you note, in this confirmation email. And that way somebody in the office will get a confirmation as well every time someone signs up. And that's, purely optional, but that is there for you. So I'm going to click save. So now you can see here there's a volunteer tab. That's a whole other added on extension where you can have people come to your website and sign up for volunteer opportunities, and that's a separate training. Then you can see here there are scheduled reminders. So if you want to remind people to sign up for your event, you can click here, add a reminder. You can choose recipients, maybe people who are registered. You could also choose people who attended. So maybe you want to send something after the event. But you can schedule these things at various times. You can schedule a reminder to go before the event. You can schedule it to repeat multiple times. And down here, you can put the information that you want the reminder to say. And as I said, you can create several of these reminders based on when you want them to go. Also, reminders can go via email or via text, depending on what you like, or if you have a texting service attached to your system. Finally, we also can choose repeat an event. So let's say this wasn't a Hanukkah service and dinner, maybe it was a weekly Shabbat service. If that's the case, I can start it on a specific date, repeat it every week, let's say every Friday. I can say it can end after a certain number of recurrences, or I could say that it ends on a certain date. I can also exclude dates. So let's say it was religious school, but religious school wasn't happening for a few times during the year. I could exclude those dates, just set up my event once, click save, and then, the whole 30 weeks of school, minus the days it's not meeting, or I'll put onto the calendar. So it makes it very simple. So let's cancel out of that. And then, whoops, we canceled out of our event, but here it is back again, right? We see what we set up is right here, Hanukkah service and dinner, and we can easily go and edit it once we've set it up. So easily go back to info and settings, and there it is again. If I go up here to event links, and I click on event information, it will take me to the live website where you can see what we've set up. So here is our description with our picture, our map. We changed it to sign up for dinner instead of register now. We've got our social media sharing block. And if we click on sign up for dinner, we can register multiple people. you can see the basic information. Fill out form we added has the name and the email address. Here's our dinner fee. If I click that, it allows me to pay by credit card. And then I also gave people the opportunity to pay by check, so they could do that as well. And then you can see here we added the dinner fill out form, which is asking me what I'm allergic to and when my birthday is. So you can embed all kinds of different fields for different purposes and different types of events. So then I'm just going to click continue. It will give me a confirmation of everything. Then I click continue again. And then I'm registered for the event. So if I go back into the database up here to events, I can click on find participants. This is a complete search where you can search for via date range or event type, what have you. If I put in Hanukkah oops, sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to put under event name. There I go. There's my Hanukkah service and dinner. I'm going to click search. And now I see that I just registered for it online. So here I am. And I'm pending pay later because I said I was going to be paying by check. So from the actions drop down, when I have a list of participants, I'm able to cancel them, delete them, email them, export them to Excel, add them to a group, print name badges, or print a letter. The one other thing that I wanted to show you too was many times there are people in the congregation that aren't able to go online to register, and they call the office. The tendency is to then have a paper list somewhere, and then you've got people on paper and then people in the system, and it gets confusing. But so if somebody calls the office and says, I would like to register for this event, you can go up here to events, register event participant, and you're able to just find the name of the person in the database or create a new person, and then find the event here, and then fill out all the information, and you go ahead and register them for the event manually. And then once you do that, they're automatically then registered, and they will show up as a participant on the list. So that makes it easier to have everybody in one place. So that is our event, basic event registration training. After you have experimented a bit, started using the system, and you have additional questions about event registration, or would like to go further and a little bit deeper into the capabilities of event registration, please attend one of our open office hours that we hold every week, and we're happy to answer your questions. You're also can go to training.jvillagenetwork.com, where you're able to see our written documentation and search for specific instructions for things that you might want to do with regard to events and calendaring in the system. Thank you so much, and have a great day.